Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Irish Media Network Sports Update. I'm your host, Joe Caulfield, and welcome to the show. Bit of a sports roundup. We're starting off on a sad note today because tributes are pouring in this morning for Italian World Cup winning legend Paolo Rossi, who passed away last night. He won both the Golden Boot and Golden Ball in the 1982 World Cup, and we'd just like to say all our deepest condolences from everyone here at Irish Media Network Sports Update. In terms of the big sporting event of the weekend, of course, it's the All-Ireland hurling final kicking off for the first time ever between Limerick and Waterford on Sunday. Limerick are looking to make it 2 out of 3 years in a row, bringing home the Liam McCarthy Cup across the Shannon. But Waterford are looking to win the first title since 1948. So that'll be a massive thing to be watching this weekend. But boxing is also on the cards, and we have one of the biggest heavyweight fights in a long time to be chatting about. So I'm bringing in, returning to the show, Eric Donovan to chat all about that. Eric, how are things?
I'm very well. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, Joe.
Not at all. It's always great to see you. And let's start off by chatting about you, because you had a very successful weekend last weekend, getting past Rafael Castillo on Saturday night, really ending your year on the high. After Zelfa Barrett, the fight in August, where, look, he just had a little bit too much for you on the night, but you put in such a stellar performance. It's really great to finish 2020 on such a high. How does that set you up for 2021?
Yeah, glad to get the win. I have to say I was glad to get the win. Definitely wasn't a very good performance from me. I don't know why that is. I'll have to have a look at that. Maybe it was a mixture of not having my team with me, going unfamiliar kind of surroundings, unfamiliar corner. Even though I was in good hands, I was in safe hands, but just the people that I was working with, they were very new to me. They were friends of my coach and friends of my manager. They were looking after me. Probably the reward from the fight as well. I know it was important to get a win, but the contrast between Matchroom and Sky in my last fight and Zelfa Barrett, then to this one that was just kind of went under the radar. There wasn't the same kind of level of exposure for this fight, and let's face it, the guy wasn't in the same league as me either. So I just felt a little bit flat. I don't know. I didn't have the same usual adrenaline pumping and firing on all cylinders. Anyway, but look, the objective was to get the win. We got the win. That's the main thing. We move forward and bigger and better fights next year, please God.
Absolutely, and it rounds out the year very nicely on a good note, gives you that kind of impetus going into 2021. Is there talk of a fight to be announced in maybe February or March? What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, I'm scheduled. My next fight is scheduled in for March in Belfast, and hopefully crowds and all will be able to come back by then. But I mean, anything can happen between here and then. That's my next scheduled fight, but I'll always be ready. I'm going to stay ready, and I'm just coming to the end of my isolation now, and I'll be back in the gym next week, and just improving and developing all the time, because I believe 2021 is going to be a massive year for me, a big year for me, and I'm going to be ready for it.
Well, look, the whole of Ireland is behind you, and we're really looking forward to see what you do in 2021, and we're really rooting for you. Moving on then to talk about the massive heavyweight title fight coming up on Saturday, Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev. How are you calling that?
I probably lean like Joshua, obviously, but because I just think he's faster. I think he's faster than Pulev. I think he's a far more clinical puncher, better accuracy, boxed at a higher level, in his professional career. I know Pulev has been around as an amateur. I boxed in many of the same tournaments as Pulev. We were on the amateur scene together, but I think he's just always been the one kind of level, and he's never really pushed on from there. So don't think he's going to. He might put up a bit of a test for a while, but I think Joshua comfortably, and I hope so as well, because we need to see Joshua Fury, and if we don't see it, it's going to be an absolute travesty. Like, it really will. And shame on the people involved in boxing and the people representing them. if they don't fight.
Well, look, this is what I like. You can't discount Kubrat Pulev, particularly after what happened in the Ruiz fight against Joshua. But say he does get over him, and we do have Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua in 2021. I'm going to ask you straight out: who do you think would win, Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury?
Do you know what? I know a lot of people are saying like, "Oh, Fury hands down, and he'll mark rings around Joshua, etc." Like, and there is kind of real plausible points for both, to be honest. But I am leaning towards Fury, but I don't think it's going to. I don't think it will be as easy as people are making it out to be. I don't think it will be a complete shutout from Fury. But I do think he will. I do think he has the goods to beat Joshua. I definitely do. But it will be a close fight. I definitely think it will be a close fight, and I think it'll be a great fight. One of the great fights of our era. So we need it. Our elders and
Yeah, we do.
our our, our elders had the Ali Fraser and the Ali Foreman. We need these big fights, because I'm jealous of them having the big fights from their era. So I want to see the likes of Fury and Joshua go head to head.
We all do, and please God, 2021 will
Yeah.
will revive our belief in humanity when that happens. One thing I want to ask you about and get your opinion on: it was announced during the week that Floyd Mayweather is going to fight YouTuber Logan Paul on the 20th of February. It disappoints me a little bit to see Mayweather kind of lowering himself to that. Is he becoming a little bit of a clown, taking these spectacle fights for the money?
It's not so much like, yeah, I know, like, people will call him a clown and people will say, oh, he's a disgrace in the sport and degrading the sport and all that kind of stuff. But he doesn't give a damn. He does not give a damn what people think of him. All he's interested in is money. Money, money, money. It says it in his name. Money Mayweather. The man just wants to make as much money as he possibly can. He's like, what's his name? Krusty Krab in the SpongeBob SquarePants. Just money, money, money he wants, But, that's it. It is. Look, you have to just. It's like, if you don't like it, turn off the TV or change the channel. I certainly won't be watching it. But like, why should I get all worked up and stressed out over what Mayweather is doing with a YouTuber? They're going to make money, and you could probably say the clowns are the ones going to pay for it. They're the clowns, not the ones in the ring. So look, let them on. There's other people making money in far more crazy ways. Yeah, and far more worse ways. So like, look, I let them on. That's my kind of motto.
Each to your own. And I suppose, as you say, look at if they have the audience who are willing to pay, more power to them. Thanks a million for your insight and your opinion as always. I really enjoyed chatting to you. But don't go anywhere, because we're really going to put your 2020
here we
achievements on the line by testing your knowledge and how well do you know your sport quiz coming up next.
Okay.
Okay, by the way, are you sufficiently intimidated by that graphic leading into it? We set it up nicely for you. Okay, so how well do you know your sport quiz? We're going to be kicking off 5 questions, 1 minute. Here we go. Question 1. How many wins as a pro did legendary Irish boxer Barry McGuigan have in his record? Was it A, 37, B, 32, or C, 19?
A, 37.
Very close, but a near miss. It was B, 32. Close, but no cigar. Number 2, iconic Irish boxer Steve Collins beat Nigel Benn twice in 1 year and ended Benn's career. What was that year? Was it A, 96, B, 91, or C, 2003?
A, 96.
Yes, that's it. Now you're up on the horse and you're on the right track. Number 3, Andy Ruiz sensationally stopped Anthony Joshua in their first fight. What round did he stop him in? Was it A4, B7, or C11?
B7.
Well done, sir. Two out of three. Number 4, Triple G hails from what country?
Karyanga, Kazakhstan.
That's exactly it. You're doing well. Now you're on a roll. And number 5, to finish out strong, name Floyd Mayweather's globally renowned manager.
Al Heyman.
Al Heyman
Is
is
it?
correct, sir. Yes, it is indeed.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
4 out of 5. Well done. That's extremely good going.
I'm actually very, very impressed with myself here now. So I
I'm
think
very
I go
impressed.
and I might celebrate with a nice cup of coffee or something like that.
Well, do you know something? Beating Castillo at the weekend was a nice way to round out 2020, but this is even better. It's the cherry on top, yeah. Before I let you
Thank
go,
you, Joe. Appreciate it.
I'd like you to take part in one more thing from me, if you wouldn't mind. This is our poll, Irish Sporting Legends poll. We'd just like to get your opinion on this. We're going to roll a clip of 8 Irish Sporting Legends, and it's up to you to decide who your favourite is.
Okay.
The heat by O'Driscoll. Oh, brilliant by O'Driscoll! It's towards Keane! Roy Keane with a captain's goal! An absolute rocket. Rocket from Sheffield. History has been made! Conor McGregor is the UFC lightweight champion! And the 16 times champion jockey, Tony McCoy, he comes storming up the hill to win the Gold Cup!
10, Rory. You know the storylines and the stakes for him. A win not just means the Masters, but it means the Grand Slam. And that's beautiful.
And Sonny O'Sullivan is going to take the world title.
War Cup to Dublin's captain, Stephen Truxton.
Fighting pride of Ireland, Katie Taylor.
Now, sir, who are you going for?
I'm sorry, Joe. I only seen the one. One rugby clip. That was all. Brian O'Driscoll. I didn't see anything else.
Okay, sure. Well, that's unfortunate. But what I'll do is I'll list them out for you. So it's Brian O'Driscoll, Roy Keane, Henry Sheffield, rather, AP McCoy, Stephen Cluxton, and Katie Taylor.
I'll go with Katie Taylor.
Katie Taylor. Do you know something, man? She's
That's
topping
a tough
our
list now, I will
leaderboard.
say. Yeah, well, look, I mean, like, that's a serious list. I mean, there's some incredible athletes in there. Like, when you talk about AP McCoy and Roy Keane and Brian O'Driscoll, like, they're top of their game. Absolutely top of their game. But, you know, so is Katie on top of her game as well. And I just think how she's handled herself as a human being outside of the ring, more so than in the ring, is just it's a pleasure to watch and a joy to watch. And she's a real ambassador for the sport. We're very lucky to have a woman of her caliber, and she's a role model to us all. So yeah, she's my number one. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Not only an ambassador for sport, but for Ireland and for the Irish people. And long may that continue. Can't wait to see you in 2021. Can't wait to see you back in the ring in Belfast in March. And please God, we'll have you back on the show and sometime in 2021 recounting us about that win.
Absolutely. Look forward to coming back and speaking with you guys, and looking forward to marching forward to bigger and better things in 2021. So thanks for supporting the Lily White Lightning. Thank you.
That's it, man. We always will. And happy Christmas and happy New Year to you.
You too, Joe. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.